What's up, gang? It's time to get itchy because today I want to talk about neck beards. Now, I want to assume all of you know what a neck beard is, and I don't mean the actual neck beard. I mean the pejorative, the slang term, the nerd slur. Funny thing about the term neck beard, depending on what you use as a source, you know, if you use a source from 10 years ago or now, the descriptions are very different. You know, if you look at dictionary.com, neckbeard is defined as an informal term for facial hair on the neck, usually ungroomed, and sometimes accompanied by little or no hair on the rest of the face. It is often used to stereotype nerds or geeks. But if you look at Urban Dictionary from 15 years ago, the ultimate beard for people who don't want to hide their face with a beard but still love beards. Seen on fierce indie kids, gurus, football stars, and sexy naked gorillas. Fucks up CCTV face recognition and freaks out pussy haters. Popular 100 years ago on the likes of inspirational revolutionaries such as Abe Lincoln, Che Guevara, Bob Marley, and Jesus, and coming back now with a vengeance. Shout out to Hot Bazooka. You were cooking way back in April of 2010. Now, there's been a subreddit, an incredible subreddit that has existed for years. Neckbeard nests. Now, I personally have never seen this subreddit until yesterday. That may sound ridiculous to you, but I've seen images of a neckbeard nest, but I've never seen them aggregated this way. You know, I've seen them mostly associated with 4chan, but I didn't realize they had kind of hit mainstream and they had been documented in their own way by way of Reddit. So, if you've never seen a neckbeard nest, I think this game of bingo will summarize it pretty easily. So you've got anime posters, floor/wall stains, a Nintendo Switch, a manga shelf. If you masturbate a lot, you know the pronunciation of that is manga. Grimy fan/AC, stack of dirty plates, piss bottles, yum, PC with RGBs, and RGBs stands for rudimentary gay boy swag. Energy drink cans, bed with no sheets, any visible carpet, Squishmallows, Nintendo merch, food packets. I don't masturbate enough, so I don't know that one. And then Siggy Butts/vape pile. Those are the cool neckbeards. So this is kind of what you can expect, and you know, just in anticipation of everything we're about to see. I can say with certainty I will say bingo, so I don't think I even need to wait. We created a custom bot, and it downloaded every single neckbeard nest ever to exist. It put it through an algorithm, crunched through thousands and thousands of these images, and what it gave us were 15 of the most diabolical and yet inspiring neckbeard nests. And I'm going to rank all 15 in order of which ones I think I could get my wife to sleep in. Number 1 being the most likely, and 15 being the least likely. Let's start with neckbeard nest number 1. Classic bachelor style. This is a bed. I know you would not call it a bed. This is a bed. And it's actually got a one-of-one brain dead design on it. And that's not, that red isn't from him actually, you know, that's a unique design intentional for this mattress. I'm even questioning if this is a neckbeard nest and if this is just a split room rent in New York. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if this is just one of 2 people living in a single room in New York. It's common in New York for you to have to sell all your belongings. 5 of you live in one room, more or less in this fashion. And then your landlord comes by and says, oh, there's 5 of you in here. Wonderful. We're going to raise the rent again. This one, I know I'm first in, but this one doesn't feel too offensive. You know, this feels like bordering just disgusting dude habits. You know, it's fairly foul, but it's not that bad. I'm gonna make a bold move and say I think this room is top 5, but I just have to zone it. Top 5 might sound crazy if you're not familiar, but if you are familiar with a neckbeard nest, you know that this is looking kind of 4 seasons. Typically, a neckbeard nest has about 25 seasonings of onion. So this is looking pretty good without even knowing what the next 11 dungeons are going to look like, because that's what they're going to be. They're going to look medieval. I think I want to gamble and say this is top. I'm just going to put it at number 5. It's not too far off from who I am as a person. The Monster Can, the Pop-Tart, the Red Bull. The only thing that's really disgusting to me is the cat. You guys know I'm not a cat person. Everything else here I think is tolerable. I could live in this type of squalor, you know, because we're talking about neckbeard nests. Again, this is high class. you can actually see the floor. So, yeah, I think the only disgusting part is the cat. And for that reason, I'm going to rank this number 5.
Fun fact, semen retention makes your balls 10% heavier. Also, I'm headlining the Comedy Store in LA this month, June 29th. Go buy a ticket at noelmillerlive.com.
Nest number 2. Dude. To the untrained eye, you might not be understanding what's going on here, so I just want to be super clear. That is a plastic bakery tray full of piss. I've never thought to pee in something like that. I've never thought to pee in something square. Jesus, man, a piss jug. That is disgusting. Okay, so let's get a look at the room, right? Because this person is just, they're focusing on the piss jugs, and honestly, piss jug isn't too offensive, you know, besides the smell. That's a fun question for all of us. What do we think this room smells like? All right, so if you scan slowly, we got a couple guitars on the floor. We got 3 guitars on the floor. So this man clearly has his specialized interest. This is a person who is musically inclined, right? And so nothing wrong with that. Guitars on the floor is better than trash. There's a bed sheet, there's a comforter. We don't know if there's a crunchy towel in the corner of the bed, and that's not even a big deal because it's a neckbeard nest. You're sleeping with Pop-Tarts. So as a tangent, we're gonna see a lot of piss jugs here, and the piss vodka bottle, I think, makes a ton of sense. I think alcohol bottles as piss jugs make a lot of sense because it's such minimal mess. You know, the pee hole is only so big. When I see neckbeards whizzing in like wide open containers, it's insane to me. You know, playing with fire. But I guess maybe you just get to that level of professionalism. Some of these neckbeards, you know, they live in this environment long enough that they don't always stay like that. You know, some of them, they live in that environment so long that they become weapons specialists. So what you're seeing are the beginnings of a future engineer at fucking Lockheed Martin. You can either go to school and pretend you're not this guy, because if you're in school for engineering, this is wired in your body, or you can be true about your nature and become a weapons specialist unconventionally and get the same job. You know, if you go the alternative route, they're just going to force you to wear regular clothes and shower. You know, you can't go to work in the diaper. You just can't do it. But I digress. Oh my God, bro. The empty bean can. That is a level of fuck it that part of me just feels I have to respect it. That part, not the whole room, just that. As a teenager, I've had moments where I've lived disgusting like this, you know. A lot of cereal bowls with just a little bit of layer at the bottom. I can't say all young guys from my generation did that, but I can say I did. As a young guy, I would have let that rot in my living space for you know, for a couple days. Not anymore, you know. Now I get in trouble. I know this image looks really like low res, but I think if we even had this in 1080, that plate would still look data moshed. So I don't even think we need to know the contents. The thing is, the trash is generally off the bed, and the piss jugs are easy to dispose of. Pre-baby, I think I would have ranked this room 15. I don't think I would have been able to get her to lie down amidst a bunch of piss jugs. But once you have a baby, you get very comfortable with fluids, you know? Just, you're around them a lot. And you wipe a lot of human shit. So, that is so foul. I'm gonna say this room is number 3. This is top 3, easily. We're around piss all the time. We have a baby now. Piss is not that foreign to us. You know, granted, this would be some stinky pee, but, you know, she's taken a shower with me before. It's no big deal. I know what's coming next is a nightmare, so that one, number 3, no question, lock it. Let's flutter our wings over to the next nest. This one's rough because, not necessarily because of the mess, because this looks like someone died in there. And it's not even got anything to do with the foot. I feel like someone died in there, and it wasn't too much done afterward to really kind of make it livable. It's got a window, so you can air out the smell. Jesus Christ. It's looking okay. There's still a path to the bed, romantically, we always like to imagine rose petals before a bed. This is just the gamer version of that. I really like you. I cut off all the tops of the Diet Coke cans in my bedroom and I spread them all over. So there's only one path you can take to my bed without getting hurt. No, I'm just kidding. I sanded down all the edges. I would never want your feet to get cut off. Your beautiful feet. The nature of this one's pretty rough. I think it airs more spooky than it does disgusting. This room, I think I'm having much lower probability of getting her to sleep in there, so I'm gonna call it 10. I'll rank that number 10. On to the next. I'm glad I left some spots open in my top 5 because a room that I can burn out in, you're getting to the core of this. This just looks like a standard, you know, a European hostel. I don't even think this would qualify as a neckbeard nest. This guy's clearly artistic. And I'm not just saying that with an English accent. I mean it actually artistic. It's just paint. If you're someone like me, you like whiffing the paint. You know? I think the paint is genius too, because if you have any piss jugs, you can just eliminate that smell with the chemicals from the paint. This room looks fantastic to me. This is an artist's den. I think my wife would happily sit by and watch me just kind of, you know, and then get into some figurine painting. Maybe I paint something after her. I mean, look at the art on the wall. Easily, this is number 1, without a question. There's nothing that's gonna beat this room. I'm locking the artist's den as number 1. It's just it's just that good. Okay, folks. Now, before I open this door, I just want you to go like this, because this room comes with smell-o-vision. If you have a decent imagination, you're gonna whiff this room. Holy shit. First of all, salute to you. Okay. You got the trash in bags, huh? Shout out to you, all right? You're living next to the laundry, so at least you consider doing it. You know what I'm saying? This looks like it could be part of a garage, so maybe opposite you are vehicles and the vague smell of oil, which is a nice cover for the piss jug. Automatically, just based on the dog's expression, this has got to be number 14. This has to be just damn near the bottom. Because, you know, dogs will cozy up most places. They'll find a way. But the fact that this dog won't even sit on this bed, he's like, look, man, I'll run my paws through some mud. I'm not lying down here. I think this bed you get tattooed in the middle of the night by bugs. That's a roundabout way of saying bed bugs. And also, this room appears cold as shit. When you got the space heater right by your head, you don't even bother to put it by your feet. You're just like blasted on my face so I can think I'm warm. I know this room is rough, so I'm going to hold out that there's something worse than this, but I think this is pretty down there, so 14 without question. Sam, open that door.
Okie dokie.
Holy... I think this is the first mound at the recycling center in Whittier, California. This is not a room, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, recycling final boss. Shout out to this neckbeard. They're collecting all these piss jugs for the love of the game. They're not even full. Look at this plate. You know, this clean plate and this clean to-go container suggests to me that this person, maybe, just enjoys plastic. And honestly, we're probably carrying this amount of microplastics in our bodies, so, you know, outside, inside, what's the big deal? I can say this, man, if you can convince a potential love interest to make it into this bedroom, not only do you know they love you, they're obsessed with you. They probably like you in a way that will eventually lead to you dying, but until that point, you know, the sex will be great. Mark this as number 2. I think this room, unlike the others, it probably doesn't smell that bad. It's just plastic. Plastic doesn't really have an odor. And the rest of the trash is generally dry. I mean, dude, it's high hopes. You got a clean to-go container and a clean plate. I mean, sure, the journey to the bed is going to be noisy. You can't do much after 9 p.m. in this room. Toss and turn once in this room, and I mean, you'll probably wake up the neighborhood. But I'm gonna rank this number 2. I think I could get the missus to sleep in here, no question. No question. If I smile enough, I think she'll follow me into my plastic palace. No, babe, this isn't garbage, okay? This is in case there's an intruder. We know they're coming. They won't make it an inch closer to us. they will have to wake us up. Yeah, that's the thing. When you're a hoarder, it's not that you're a filthy person or you've lost your mind. It's just that maybe you've been robbed before and you're trying to create a difficult situation, you know? That's one way to protect your stuff. You have so much stuff that if someone breaks in to rob it, there's like, oh, too much shit in here. Literally. Let's go. If you're looking at that being like, my person would never, you are lacking game, player. Let's see what's behind the next door. Oh, this one is a classic. This is vintage. We're looking at history here. My wife would be so lucky that I could bring her into this room. This is like a Catholic installation, you know, somewhere in Spain, where, you know, tourists come to like light candles and say a prayer. This is actually, this is historic and it's a shrine. You go here with your own piss jug, you kneel, you hold it up, and then you place it on this gaming table. This is essentially like, would you get your wife to sleep in the Vatican? Just depends how religious she is and how believing she is. The nuance of this image, I don't think everyone can appreciate, but I know just the way I could speak about this room going into it, and when we're there, the vibe I could create. Because that's the thing about piss jugs, they're all flammable. So, you know, you just start firing them up around the room, and you got yourself a nice little, you know, 1,000 tea leaf candle setting. With just like, you know, a little bit of love. I think this is number 4. Number 4. And you're going here going like, ew, disgusting. These are neckbeard nests, dude. These aren't regular rooms, okay? These are the minds of geniuses. Honestly, these are all the people that are teaching you how to beat the games that you suck at, and they're probably carrying you through the ranks of the games that you also suck at. So have some respect for your peers, your fellow soldiers. Oh, look at this snitch. This person posting another person's dwelling. Yes, that's mold on... Oh, O-U-L-D, they're English. Yes, that's mold on the toothbrush. Oh, whatever, man. A couple spores never hurt anybody. Look, hey, you're exaggerating the mold, man. It's not on the brush. It's at the, you know... You just don't... What are you doing? You just deep throating your automatic toothbrush? Maybe this is a problem for you, the way you brush your teeth. You're fucking going to the base on it. Relax, dude. This feels like a, you know, like an ancient way of cleansing. This looks more like a cleansing stone than it does a toothbrush. And I think that's beautiful. If you just yank the actual toothbrush part off the top, I think a geologist, God, I can't speak. I think a geologist could study just the top of that and confuse it for a stone in Hawaii or something like that. Gotta love this pamphlet just in the... Stop cancer before it starts, and you flip it over and it's like, don't play League of Legends. Look, hey, we got part of a vacuum, I think. Okay, and we got some cleaning fluid. Watch that just be a dumped out Lysol bottle, but it's actually full of piss. But it ain't that bad. I mean, he's doing laundry, you know? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Does he like to party? Yeah, but he's doing all the drinking that Gen Z stopped doing. He's trying to make up for it. He's really concerned that Anheuser-Busch and all the alcohol companies are, you know, they're not able to sell their product. He's trying to support American businesses, all right? And this guy's English, so this amount of drinking, I mean, I think you're doing this at 14. So this part isn't even, you know, what's the big deal? That right there, average night in Manchester. Big whoop. I'm not really seeing problems here. Honestly, I'm kind of bummed out I locked out my top spots because this is pretty good for neckbeard nest. Lucky number 7. This one's great. It's a fixer-upper neckbeard nest. You can do a lot with this. It's too late to move some stuff around. This, oh man, this is great. A lot of your boyfriends live like this. This isn't even a problem. First of all, I'm putting together now that this is shower/laundry room. You got the Pope eyeing you down while you take a whiz next to the actual asbestos and the loose electrical connection. So every time, it's potential that you're going up there. Not only is this dwelling space hilarious to be in, but it's thought through. That's intentional design. You know, often neckbeard nests are just kind of like blasé. It's just sort of, I need to focus on the game, and they're throwing trash behind them. But this, I mean, it's aware, it's intentional. Yeah, it's disgusting, but, you know, I also like fine art. I wonder what the historical context of this image is. Probably something terrible. I mean, what do we got here? You know, we got a recording studio with a kitchenette. And again, No food left in the container. You know, it's to completion. Even the pan is sort of clean, all things considered. I mean, it's junk. This is a great neckbeard nest. I fucked up. Man, I fucked up. We were premature with that fucking, you know, Bucharest hostel. We should have swapped that for this. This is a recording studio / personal library. I mean, this is gorgeous. I'm pissed I used all my other slots for this. I will begrudgingly mark this as number 8. But just know, it should have been higher. Borderline have to disqualify that one because it's so good. So what do we got? Holy fuck, dude. 15. Don't think I'm getting my wife anywhere near this place. Moving on. Oh, I mean, come on. Come on. This is made with love. Again, this is like walking into a religious installation. This is beautiful. Number 9. You know that other guy with the table of alcohol, his roommate was complaining like, oh, he's an alcoholic. Dude, no, he's not. Okay? He's at most a recreational alchemist. Okay? This is an alcoholic. Get this guy behind the wheel. Well, I'm glad I left spots open at the bottom. Hey, Chips Ahoy. If those are unopened, I'll have a few. I'm forgetting that this is about bringing my life partner in there for a nighttime nap, and I'm just getting so drawn into the sheer, like, just levels of I don't care. They're living the way we want to live. You know, a lot of us, I think, we're clean because we're told to be. But if we could live like this, I mean, freedom. Well, I'm glad I left my bottom 5 open. This place feels unlucky and haunted, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this as number 13. I think I've struggled to get my wife anywhere in there, mostly because the bed is on the wall. There's nowhere really to sleep. This one would not even make the cut.
This is a toilet. Take this out, do your business.
Weapon specialist. Stage 2. He's starting to understand his urine has more use than just sitting in a jug. He's starting to see he's got resources around him. Let's see what he does with this.
Put it back. Let's do some business. It goes into here. And then this pump takes it away. This is his buffer storage tank, so he can do this much in one go. And then it pumps it away here, takes it back through this tubing, goes out of the shed here, into the garden, and all the way along into a drain.
This guy will be growing his own food in no time. As far as getting my wife in here, this is a no-brainer. God, there are more places that are good than bad. I mean, dude. This is borderline Swedish. It's minimalist. No toilet. Just a piss pump. That's the next level of neckbeard. You start with piss jug, then it's like if you've ever played Factorio, it's like level 2 of the technology that you have. Then you go on to the piss pump. All right? You start to pump out these liquids. Next thing you know, you've got all your, I don't know, battery-operated Thomas the Tank Engine trains bringing you weed and your DoorDash through the front door. I wish I had more spaces up top. Man, I really shot myself in the foot there when I said it wasn't gonna get better than this. It did get better than that. Marking this one number 6, but no, this one as well should have been a lot higher. That only leaves space number 12. And whatever I click next is gonna be rank number 12. And I was right. This bit I did get right. And that's just because there's nowhere to sleep. If there was a mattress over this, it might have ranked a lot higher. Well, there you have it, folks. In order from most likely to least likely, the rooms I think I could get my wife to sleep in. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and work on building my rocket ship.
Cheers.